Hey everyone, this is part 3, I guess, in my ongoing series poning the ever-loving shit out of Styzor and TheMadShangi, which is a very appropriate name, by the way. MadShangi made two more videos addressed to me, one called Stan Marsh 1, a self-poning idiot, and another one entitled Why I'm Laughing at Stan Marsh 1. I really should have chosen my name differently when I started my YouTube channel, but when I actually did start it, I had no intention of making videos. So it still sounds kind of awkward when people say it now instead of something a little bit more easier to say and sounds better as a username. But regardless, um, so Mad Shangi in the first video brings up the service providers thing again. Look, I've brought this up several times in comments and in my last video, and you're either too stupid or narrow-minded to take in what I say. That, or you just not watch the video at all. Um, I don't really care which one you are, to be honest. For me, after this video, this particular issue is closed. If I haven't persuaded you by now, you're either too thick-skulled to understand, or you're just in it for the trolling, basically. And I think it's the latter. So, anyway, um, Mad Shangi also talks about that I just say that Coughlin isn't a service provider. Well, that's bullshit for starters, because I give you links to the actual charity regulators, where and what they consider to be service providers, and Coughlin doesn't fit. Now, what you do with that info I presented is none of my concern, because anyone with a brain who has dragged themselves through this particular drama can see what's written in black and white on those pages. Um, the next thing that the Mad Shangi likes to discuss is how I linked to the Homeless UK charity website and how that didn't have any bearing on anything. Well, it did, and people with brains would be able to see that, because what I was trying to do is to give you examples of service providers, which, like I said, are other organisations or charities that help each other, that help other charities in some way. Now, whether that be fundraising, technical or logistical support, or just sharing the same goal, it doesn't matter. Coughlin does not fit in that description, unless you can show me something that proves that he is actually listed under that term, service provider. Then I'm done here. He then says that you need permission from the charity in order to use the charity's name. I'll get to that in a second, because that's dealt with more in the second video that he made. Um, then he brings up the topic of copyrighted material. This is a completely different issue, and it's something I've never really talked about in any of my videos or comments to Mad Shangi, because I'm not really bothered, and I'll tell you why. If this was anybody else, if this was anyone else selling songs, taking money, and this other person saying that they will give the proceedings of selling their song to a charity, you wouldn't say word fucking one about it. This particular issue, whether Coughlin is in the wrong or not, is based completely on the fact that you don't like him. So if you want to use that as some sort of gotcha moment, go ahead. I don't really care. It's never been the particular issue or points that I've been talking about. Um, Next, he brings up the Styzor's video when he phones the Inland Revenue Service, and is adamant that in the video they specifically talk about online fundraising. Well, you must be hearing something different from everyone else, because I've listened to the video loudly, because it is very bad audio quality, and I can never hear the word online muttered. From the context of the conversation, what I can gather, that they were talking, she was talking about street collections, which you do need a license for, but that you don't need for online fundraising. I'll even leave it below so everyone can hear it for themselves, and if you hear differently, then please let me know. He then says that as I was demanding links from him to the law that says that what Coughlin doing is illegal, that he is now demanding links from me to show that what Coughlin doing is legal. Now, as I told you, that is not how the law works, fucko. Is there a law that says you don't need a license to fundraise online? I don't particularly care. But for argument's sake, let's just say that you're right. Let's just say that there is no law that says that. It doesn't really matter. I don't really give a shit, and I'll tell you why. Is there a law that says you can walk down the street with green flares, a flowery shirt, and a rainbow wig? No, there isn't. Does that mean it's illegal? Fuck no! If the law had to write down every single thing that was legal for a person to do, people would be writing it 24/7, and they would never stop. One of the other links I showed you shows that no license is needed, and it's not illegal provided you stay within the relevant law, which I'll now get to in your second video to me. The second video is just a bunch of screenshots, so let's go through them one by one. The first one is a screenshot from a set of frequently asked questions from the Charity Commission about fundraising. The parts underlined are whether you can fundraise on the internet and the answer to a question regarding if you need a license to collect on private property, which again doesn't matter, as this isn't anything to do with this particular situation. Coffin's not doing that on private property. So let's move on. The second screenshot is the answer to the previous question about fundraising on the internet. The answer is yes, as long as you comply with any relevant legislation, such as Part 2 of the 1992 Charities Act, and that things trustees of the charity need to bear in mind include copyright of material on the internet and making clear the status of the charity. The Charities Act will be addressed in a moment. The copyrighted material, I say, you may have a point on, but that's a different issue than I've been arguing, and one that I've already said why I don't really give a shit about. As far as the status of the charity, Coffin isn't a charity, and in his video he talks about who he's going to donate to and included a link to the charity in the description box, so I don't know. This proved more than ever that you just like highlighting random things and hope they apply to the situation without really actually looking at them and how they fit. Now at last we're getting to something a little bit substantive. Section 59 of the 1992 Charities Act is next, with the part underlined, quote, "It shall be unlawful for a professional fundraiser to solicit money or other property for the benefit of a charitable institution unless he does so in accordance with an agreement with the institution satisfying the prescribed requirements." Shit. Looks like I might be in trouble here. Next is Part 60 of the same Act. Part 1 says, quote, "Where a professional fundraiser solicits money or other property for the benefit of one or more particular charitable institutions, the solicitation shall be accompanied by statement clearly indicating A, the name or names of the institution or institutions concerned, B, if there is more than one institution concerned, the proportions in which the institutions are respectively to benefit, and C, in general terms, the method by which the fundraiser's remuneration in connection with the appeal is to be determined." Part 4 is also underlined. It says, quote, "If any solicitation or representation, as is mentioned in any of subsections 1 to 3, is made, A, in the course of a radio or television programme, and B, in association with an announcement to the effect that payment may be made in response to the solicitation or representation by means of a credit or debit card, the statement required by virtue of subsection 1, 2, or 3, as the case may be, shall include full details of the right to have refunded under section 61(1) any payment of £50 or more which is so made." Part 7 is also underlined. That basically says if these are not complied with, the person concerned will be guilty of an offence. Well, shit. Looks like he's got me here, folks. How can I come back from this deadly blow? I mean, it's right there. You saw it. You can see it in the video. Right there, black and white, in British law. Where do I go now? Wait a minute. There's a term there used that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Professional fundraiser. I wonder what that could mean. Ah, well, I guess it just means anyone raising money for a charity. I'll take Shangi's word for it. I'm sure he doesn't have any kind of ulterior motive. Oh, wait. What's this? Why, it's another PDF file from the Charity Commission entitled Charities and Fundraising. I wonder what it says. I'm just going to go ahead and pick a random page and see what it says. Just see if, any chance it has anything relevant to this discussion. Oh, wow, look at that. It has the definition of a professional fundraiser. What a coincidence. I'm just going to read it just for the hell of it. It says, quote, "A professional fundraiser is anyone who carries on a commercial fundraising business, wholly or mainly fundraising for charitable purposes, or any other person who is paid to solicit money or other property for charity. This does not include a charity or a connected company, see below, any officer or employee of the charity or connected company, a trustee of the charity acting as trustee, any public charitable collector other than promoters, people who solicit funds on TV or radio, any commercial participator, or anyone who is paid no more than £1,000 for a particular appeal, or no more than £10 per day or £1,000 per year where there is no specific appeal." So a professional fundraiser is someone who gets paid to fundraise. How interesting. Wait a minute, I'm getting something here. Wait, no, stay with me, folks. If Coffin isn't getting paid and he's giving away all of his proceedings from charity, I hope I'm not losing you, Styzor or TheMadShangi, then he doesn't qualify as a professional fundraiser. How about that? I guess all those laws and legislations you looked up don't mean diddly shit. And yet again, you prove your incompetence and ineptitude in doing basic research to try and smear a god you have a personal vendetta against. Thanks for playing.